one love to everyone. And, you know, with a more advanced balance, no tolerance for boundary, you know, splitting. Because just like you, we're the same. What you wouldn't want done to someone else that you love or yourself, why do that to another person? You know, you could go back and do your research. But the swift message here today is generally within the time age yugas of reality, and how there's a dark age, and within that dark age, you know, things have been suppressed. A more balanced quote unquote control system has been suppressed, right? End quote. So within that being said, we could intellectually understand that there's just in the third dimension, fourth dimension, fifth dimension, that mix of realities, there's been some type of percentage of rigged stuff. So if there's a percentage of rigged things, then a more advanced intellectual approach is maybe it's the individuals individually energetically voting for that simultaneously, as that is its own thing, a part of a different matrix game. So there's an individual rigging going on. The individual human beings, regardless of anything, they're holding up their own fake facades of artificial surface level character reality pursuances, and they're using that as their forefront tool to operate in the reality. And I'm at like 5%. And as they're operating in the reality, we're going through the reality of shit, right? And since we're going through the reality of shit, things could be more or less difficult, less difficult, because the karmic generational quote unquote curses, end quote, quote unquote, end quote. We're moving through that, and there's beings around you in slick ways that are rigged individually. So they're rigged individually, right? So if they're rigged individually, that's supporting and energetically voting for the collective reality to be rigged. Because if we just kind of listen to the predecessors, we already know in many slick different ways the reality is rigged. And the whole point of the fucking mission is to unrig the reality. How do you unrig the reality? By just giving you a fucking new gem of just saying individuals, regardless of their fucking fake fucking facade of shit, regardless of that shit, they have a subjective individual rigging of shit, regardless of how you put fucking gloss glitter lipstick on the fucking bacon pigs of the fucking Turkey ceremonial Oregon Washington ranch. Shout out Bill Gates. Shout out team y'all. So I'm gonna check my battery. Ooh, 5% exactly. So 5%, the memory's all right. So within that being said, if someone doesn't understand what's going on, you know, it's up to the speaker to make them understand, right? Some simple communication shit techniques. But the thing is, we're using the rhetoric and the facades in a fake fucking fashion. It's fake. You're in the position coming out of the dark yuga. We all fucking get it. It's 2025. We all get the fucking fake, distorted, rigged shit. We've understood that since 2012. And now it's 2025 and people are still holding on to their fake artificial shit, thinking that shit's gonna work when there's a whole different realm of utilization of how we're using our individual non-rigged self, the non-rigged self, and the collective intelligence of many individual intelligence. They haven't recognized that non-rigged self. They're just going along with life. And I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad. That's just what it is. And since that's happening, the most advanced intelligence team is here beyond AI and with an underground intellectual databases. They know that's the truth, you know? So we're just going along for the ride. and we're doing what we can individually, quote unquote, you know, I don't want to use the word squirming, but like as we go through life, you know, kind of just tiptoeing upon the castle stairs to the final room on the 100th floor. Metaphorically, as we go through that reality, we're squirming to reach that fucking high destination, right? So since we're doing that, we don't necessarily know what could particularly block us. The fake intellectual shit and the fake individual rigs and the fake collective rigs, that's the shit that blocks us to that high shit. So this is why majority of world leaders are just fucking like, they're just not, it's just not there, you know? It's just not there. Like the intelligence is just not there. And I'm not saying, oh, if you're the exception, then you are, but it's just not there. Because you're a reflection and your actions are a reflection of what you're doing, not what you're saying. What you're saying is not a reflection of what you're doing or what you are. It's your actions. You have the best life ever. And the point was delivered, you know? Why is reality the way it is? Because the reality from the dark age, there's a collective riggedness to it, and the individuals who subscribe to that collective riggedness, they're using that fading collective individual riggedness to just function in their reality and just to quote unquote cock block and quote other people to fit their goals in the reality and how reality used to function and how it's a dog eat dog type of world, number one, and you know it.